And don't forget to follow Radio Wasteland on Facebook at facebook.com/radiowasteland.us.
Hate to see you hungry.
All right, welcome back to Radio Wasteland, and we're talking about zombies, Kara and I being Chauncey, Kara being Kara. So this article is from popsci.com, Popular Science. Could scientists really create a zombie virus? An effective agent would target and shut down specific parts of the brain. We're talking to Stephen C. Schultzman, assistant professor of psychiatry at Harvard. A series of functional... Oh, he wrote a bunch of articles about this, which makes him a creeper. But there's actually something they could do to the frontal lobe that would make you want to eat people, or at least eat a lot more meat. And they're talking about how the most, to deteriorate the brain in this way, they're talking about proteins and prions. And that this is actually somewhat possible. Of course, they wouldn't be dead, though. They wouldn't be.
Yeah, well, a lot of zombies aren't dead,
That's called a rage virus. It's a whole different genre of movie.
Fair enough. But what about, the one with Jesse Eisenberg and...
Zombieland?
Zombieland. Yeah, that's a rage virus.
Those they're not dead?
Yeah, they're not dead.
Oh.
They're kind of gross and sick, but you don't have to shoot them in the head. You can shoot them anywhere, and they're fast.
Oh, I guess, yeah, you can be pussy and still be alive.
Yeah. So, yeah, engineered virus. There's a couple things going on here. I think engineered virus that shuts down specific parts of the brain, maybe in the next few years, we would have to start with something. We'd have to start with something that already kind of does that. Engineering prions, I don't know. I think, because we barely understand how prions work. There's a lot we don't really get about prions right now, and so we're a long way away from making a prion that does something specific.
Yeah, okay, so this is pretty nerdy, but for the rage virus thing, this is one of the things that popped into my head. When I was a kid, I played a role-playing game. There was this role-playing game system that like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Robotech, and a lot of them were based off of. And there was another one called Something World that was this post-apocalyptic that was based off of the same engine or whatever.
Sure.
And in there was a character type called Juicers that basically, were like Bane from Batman, where they were just constantly being pumped up with cray juice,
That's probably the most benevolent version of someone who is called a juicer.
Right.
I was imagining that, please don't juice me, sir.
Right.
I do not wish to be juiced.
That and Jack LaLanne. You didn't watch enough late night television to remember Jack LaLanne, the guy on late night TV that was trying to sell you the juicer? He was like 80s and in a tracksuit.
Oh, okay. I guess you could conceptualize him as a juicer.
Yeah.
And that's better than Roid Monster or
Roid Monster. I like that. But it does seem to me like a rage virus would be possible, that they did something to you that just, because I mean, a lot of people out there that take brain meds, right?
Sure.
I took Wellbutrin. Pretty benign, right? But it made me agitated. And so, I'm sure that this is possible.
All that stuff comes from nature, and our understanding of microbiology and neurology, I guess, it's still not at the level where we can be like, move this protein here, it will do this. We're still in a guess and check mode on all that kind of thing. And basically, we find something in nature and say, hey, this drug does X. And, we tinker with it. We say, hey, if we do this, then it makes people levitate. And it's like, okay, cool. So I think it's possible. I think, I'm just saying the universe would have to cooperate a little to make this a reality.
Yeah, and I wonder about the like statistics of it all, are we
Mhm.
more dangerous in dabbling, or do you think we're more dangerous when we know?
Well, what do you
Well,
mean?
in dabbling, it's like statistically, are we very unlikely to create a rage virus, or can you dabble to the point where you're like, oh, whoops, we made a rage virus?
Okay, I see what you mean. I think the scenarios we're talking about are pretty unlikely in any case, but I think the odds of just accidentally making a rage virus seem low.
Mhm.
But that said, we already do have a rage virus. We have rabies. So if someone was to just modify rabies to be airborne, for instance,
Mhm.
like airborne rabies would be freaking terrifying.
No, that's true. There's a good movie right there.
Yeah. I mean,
You could
rabies
call
is
it airborne rabies and have it about airbornes in like the military,
yeah.
and the airborne rabies could also be airborne.
My only thing is, if you want to kill a bunch of people with a virus, there's no reason to make it a rage virus. Just make it a virus that is deadly but has a very long incubation period, is highly contagious, and can be spread by asymptomatic people.
So a better COVID.
Yeah, better COVID. Just make a deadlier COVID. Yeah, I was going to say a deadlier, more contagious COVID, but COVID is actually about as contagious as you can get. So yeah,
Right.
just make COVID that kills more, and you're pretty much golden as far as bioweapons go.
Our government always talks about, no bioweapons, and we're opposed to this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we're constantly seeing scientists talk about what we're capable of doing. So it does lead you to believe that.
I keep getting the sense that these scientists really want to make a bioweapon. Like, oh, we shouldn't, but oh, let's be bad. Let's make a bioweapon. Oh, just to see.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna pick some sort of like screwed up motivation, can't they just go back to the traditional, we're gonna make a woman with 3 boobs or something? It's like, why you gotta fantasize about killing everybody? Now, don't get me wrong, making a woman with 3 boobs is terrible too, but at least we live.
Yeah.
At least we live. It's like, of the evil motivations, killing everybody is like kind of at the top. I guess that's why. They're shooting for the stars and hoping to hit at the boob level.
A lot was happening in what you just said. I'm sorry, I'm not tracking all of that.
I guess the joke that I'm trying to make here is like, I don't understand the motivation behind this stuff.
They want to kill
Where
people.
is the motivation? Is the argument I want to be able to cure it when somebody else does it? Or is it that we just want to have the option of killing everybody?
It's for the same reason that some people collect knives, They just want to feel dangerous.
All right. You're listening to Radio Wasteland. When we come back, we got one more article for you, and that is actually medically reported cases of possible zombies here on Radio Wasteland.